It's time for another exciting episode of KWJUDAS! Uma Fuzz here on KWJUDAS on Gumption City Radio. My wire is all contortedly fuckered up there. I'm trying to defucker it.
That's called a cable party, what we see right there.
Oh, God. We're already off to a great start. So, you guys, it's a pleasure to have ya.
Hey.
Yes, thank you.
So, how many people are normally in your band?
It's 4. So we're like just a 4-piece.
We have Uma Fuzz here.
Hey there. Yeah, my name's Sarah Littledrum, and I'm the vocalist.
It's not really Uma.
I
learned that the hard way.
Yeah.
And then we got...
And I'm Jordan. I'm the guitarist and main songwriter.
Okay. Who else is not present? Just to throw out some props.
So our bassist is not here currently, Dan Muir.
Props to Dan.
Yeah.
Dan,
Whatever
Dan.
you
we
just
call
said.
him Dan.
Dan what? Dan.
Dan Muir.
Props to Dan. Whoop whoop.
And then also our drummer, his name is Micah Aldridge.
Props to Micah.
Yeah.
Damn it, I suck tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, they're both so dope, and they're our rhythm section, so we love them very much.
Yeah, you got to have the drums and the bass, but you don't got to have them here for this interview. Fuck them. I hope they're listening to this. Well, maybe someday when we're all dead and gray, and of course they're the only ones left because they're the bass and the drummer.
Oh, yeah.
And they didn't get to do all the fun drugs and catch all the STDs that
All the
we
ladies,
rock
exactly.
stars
I was
did.
gonna say that's us.
Right?
Yeah, we're the troublemakers. Yeah, we're always getting. Whenever we have to like travel together or like, I don't know, go on any adventures where it's just the two of us, we definitely get in a little bit more trouble because we're both kind of just like, lead vocalists, like lead guitarists, up in our own worlds, and it's like, it's good to have the balance of the rhythm section.
It's just kind of funny how that always works, though.
Yeah.
Every now and then. It'll be the bassist or the drummer who's like the more crazy one or rambunctious one or the quote-unquote rock star. But when it's the bassist, he's still like the one that like, I don't know, is almost too enthusiastic and doing all of the legwork and still totally underappreciated.
Yep. I love
And
bassists for that reason. That's
the
why I'm
less
married, but-
amount of attention. I know because I am a bassist, and we always talk about that on the show. I always haze the bassist, and it's unfortunate
Nice.
that you don't have
Aw.
it here tonight because I got nobody to haze.
Oh darn, he knew. He doesn't really like talking, so.
And they usually don't, except for
Exactly.
the one. And every now and then you get the bassist who he is the fucking weird one, and well, they're all weird in their own way.
Weird is
but I mean the one that thinks he's the rock star. But that's the difference is when the bass player's that guy, he thinks he's a fucking rock star. When the singer or the guitarist or I don't know, in our case, like I don't know, the violinist, they just are the fucking rock star. Saxophone too. They know they are.
Well, what
They
I
don't
like about the
think
rock
shit,
stars,
they are.
yeah, because you can't be a rock star without like a rock band, and so that's the cool thing about it. Is like the big thing about it, like being a rock star, is like you're not doing it alone. So like remember that too, because like you might be a rock star, but you wouldn't be there with the dope drums behind you, like smacking them.
Yeah, and if you're
Anyway,
if you're too concerned, with just that whole rock star thing, you just wind up like old Smash Mouth dude, and nobody wants that.
Now, I heard there was
Identify
a
with the
story
poet.
about that last song.
Oh yeah,
oh yeah, the song we just heard.
Yeah, the song we just heard.
Yeah, I'm
Wizard's
down.
gonna interrupt and derail the conversation.
No,
Yeah.
that's great. He's
and
keeping
actually
us
get
on
it
track.
back to topic.
Okay, I'm gonna
Way
tell
to
the
go.
story. All right. So this song is the first one on our album, our debut album, Question Show, and it's called Don't Look. And this story was really fun because I was just jamming one day out in the studio with Dan. He was on the bass, and we had just gotten Chinese food. So I was reading my fortune when he was playing the bass. Wait, no, that's not what happened. No, we had 8 Chinese food. So we had fortune cookies in the room. And I really loved what he was playing. So I was like, I want to write a song to that. So I was getting inspired. So I came up to the microphone and I was kind of like gathering my papers, like, what should I write about? And I was like grasping for straws and I'm looking around at something to inspire me. And I see a fortune cookie and I was like, sweet, I'm going to open it up. And no matter what it says, I'm going to try to sing it right when I see it, like in the song. And so the whole song, the first line of the song is how dark is dark, how wise is wise. And that was the fortune, which is the most badass fortune.
That was in a fucking fortune
I know.
cookie?
Yeah. And
Who in
it
the hell
was,
wrote that?
yeah. But then it's like,
That's
this-
not a fortune.
I know, right?
What a dick.
Yeah. It's like,
I mean, that's a really cool story.
yeah.
It's a really cool concept.
Yeah.
You could probably write a whole song off of just fortune cookie messages.
Yeah. So like, but the main message behind the song, so it's called Don't Look, and it's about the messiness of like living your life and going through like the difficulties that you have and your process. And it's like, don't look if you don't want to. Like nobody can save me. Like it's kind of like telling those people, like, because I'm up there and I'm like, okay, if this looks intense to you right now and you don't relate to the darkness I'm feeling, that's fine, but you'll feel it for yourself.
Right.
And then don't look. And so it's like kind of a play on words because it's gonna like hit them in the face. Anyway, end story. There
So
you
you base the whole song's lyrical content just around that.
Yeah, so I actually
that one
didn't.
statement.
Yeah, the first, so the fortune, I just freestyled after that.
Right.
But then when I looked back at the words, that's what the song kind of like was about.
I do got to admit, though, as crappy of a fortune as that is, that's an awesome line for a song to just happen to have cracked out of a fucking fortune cookie. If I was looking for a fortune, I would have been pissed. If I was looking for a lyric, I'd be like, oh my MFG.
Yeah.
I couldn't have got better fucking lyric than that one.
Yeah, it was really magical. And that's one of the 2 songs that Dan wrote on the album. And Jordan wrote most of them, but that one Dan and I wrote. But
hell yeah.
Fun fact.
Well, she actually said that I was supposed to ask you the first question.
Oh, yeah, ask him a question.
I don't know if we've really asked any questions, though. I mean, besides the story behind that song. I was thinking of something earlier today, though.
Say something about the next song.
Yeah.
Well, I was just, like, in the bathroom, because that's where I do all, I think we all do our best thinking.
For sure. Oh, my God.
And it came to me that I don't know what is, like, when somebody's writing in or telling us in second person. I know first person. We all know first person. And we all know third person. What is second person? Do you know?
Yeah, I think it's like, just when you use you.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
you're
so
telling
like
a story from, like, your point of view.
You're going on a hike. You
do this. You do that.
smoke a
Okay.
cigarette,
And it's not very common, but it's done.
It reminds me, I know it only because of Spanish. So when I studied Spanish, they had like these different ways to conjunct the verb, and there was I.
To conjugate.
And there was to, like to is you.
Right.
And I think that one had a separate category than they, which I know is third person. So I just did the math.
Yeah.
Geniuses here. I'm like,
I think we should try and conduct the rest of this interview in second person. Huh? Huh?
I'm down. It's a good exercise.
So if you're referring
that?
to yourself in second person, how do you do that?
You're kind of just addressing yourself as you.
So
practice it,
if I want to say I think we should move on to the next song, then I would say you think we should move on to the next song. Okay, let's fuck this idea because I knew that wouldn't work. Let's just move on to the next song.
I actually know what it is.
all right. She's got it. She got it.
No, well, I just don't think you need to include the word you for it to be second person, but you're talking to you. So it could just be like, hey, grab that, or what is that? Because you're talking to that person.
So if I'm talking to you in second person, do I say I?
Yeah. No, it will.
So I'd say I am in the band Uma Fuzz.
It would be like sit down. It would be like you sit down, or do you want this, or like it would be just. It's more like a question. I think it's like.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. It's like how are you? That's like a talking.
It's almost like more like second person's almost more like an invitation for someone to think about themselves in the first person.
Right.
So, like when you So it's more so like a.
So I still refer to you as
to,
you, but I refer to myself as you too.
I think so. Yeah.
Well, the you is general, so it's not. So you can.
Everything is you.
Everything is you. I think that's great. Let's go with that. Let's just play with the concept and use more of you throughout it, but not be like a strict second person. But like if Jordan
that's getting confusing really fast, guys.
So how about that? Like
he's just got this look on his face, like, what the fuck have I got myself into?
How about this? Jordan will use his own interpretation of the second person, for the description of the next song, or whatever he wants to say about it, because he wrote this next one.
This next song.
Which one
is
it?
Called Sun in My Eyes.
Sun in My Eyes.
Yeah.
So how do you describe this song in second person? It'd be sun in your eyes.
I know. There's a line.
In terms of just the vibe and the content of the song.
You gotta like get up on it. Get up on it.
Don't you just love this fucking show?
Well, I wrote this song after a hike, and I was just thinking about a lot of different aspects of my life. In particular, just certain like addictive tendencies that I have, and just the struggle to triumph over those demonic voices. And
Wizard just looks at me when he hears demonic voices. I'm like, shut up.
Wait, can
Anyways, keep going.
I just wanted to add to that. So there is a line that Jordan wrote in the second verse that it talks in second person, and it goes like, don't know how or why one can come so far from climbing trees in the woods to not knowing who you are. So like that was you talking to yourself about you with the word you.
I think that passes. I think we finally got an example of second person. Way to go, guys. Way to go.
I'm so ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
I like student come out when like things like this happen group time.
And if that wasn't, then we all just duped ourselves pretty good, didn't we? Anything else you want to say before we get on to this next one?
We just shot clips for this music video for this song last night, actually.
Oh, hell yeah.
And hopefully that'll come out soon, maybe around the time that this is happening.
Hell yeah, again. This is Uma Fuzz on KWJUDAS Gumption City Radio. Thank you all for joining us. Uma Fuzz here on KWJUDAS. That was Green Man, and it was a cool song. So was the song before that. But the song before that, I'm really glad that you made us listen, like, pay attention to that little breakdown there.
Yeah.
That was fucking like zombie status. And I don't know what I mean by that, but I saw Walking Dead.
No, I like the visual I have for that for the music video for that song at that
that's
spot
my visual.
is this pull away where it's like a drone like flying like straight up and you're in wilderness, and so you keep seeing how smaller and smaller you are. Like that's what that sounds like to me. That's my visual.
Yeah, I can
But
dig
I
it.
went zombies.
There could still be a zombie or two lingering about
sure.
on this
It's all about
desolate, dystopian wasteland.
We looked like zombies in the video last night.
Oh shit!
We didn't even mean
it's
to.
all coming together.
Weird.
Wait, you didn't mean to look like zombies? What do you mean?
Well, we didn't. We gave ourselves no direction. We just said, let's just play with whatever inspires the people that we're working with. So I just let her just play with my makeup, and it turned out like really like zombie-ish.
Right. I thought you just meant you were sleep deprived.
Yeah, well, that too. We're totally sleep deprived.
Because it seems like you are right now.
We're both really sleep deprived.
Just saying. Just giving you shit. But I do know that it has become about the half top of the hour, and I think I word that differently like every fucking time, but I'm going with it. Half top of the hour, which leaves us room for a wizard's useless fact.
Wizard's useless fact. Well, I got one for y'all.
Wow.
Sloths can hold their breath longer than dolphins.
Wow. Wait, that's weird. How long can
Right?
dolphins hold their breath?
We all have to let it sink in for a sec.
Wait, longer than dolphins.
And then
Yeah.
the questions come up. So wait. How long can a dolphin hold its breath? How long can a sloth hold it? Why can a sloth hold its breath for longer?
That's a good question.
Because they just their heart
what
rate is
reason?
so slow. It's because their heart rate is so slow.
Oh, they don't even do it on purpose.
They have a mega slow heart rate.
They
They
just
move
stop
in
breathing.
hyper slow motion, and your heart rate and your breathing is like really slow.
That's fucking hilarious.
And that's how it
Gold
is.
Fucking star.
Okay. Well, it's
That was
also
Thanks, Wizard.
not only is it Wizard's useless fact time, it's also story time. That's right, kids. It's very rare that we have a story time right after a Wizard's useless fact, but we're doing it tonight because it's the fucking Halloween series. That's right, goddammit. So, before we do this, we always make sure that our guests have at least one or two true stories that have happened. It doesn't have to be anything terribly frightful, but we do get we've had some good ones. We've had some all right ones, but all musicians have had at least one or two weird things happen to them that they can't fucking explain.
We both had an incredibly strange experience this week, independently, totally random, and I know I've had a few more too.
All right, who wants to start?
Okay. Well, this one's just like it's kind of like. So I was going to practice a little like Samhain magical traditions and kind of like start the season.
Is this a previous story, or is this the one that you just mentioned?
This is the one that just mentioned
last week.
Yeah, I'm starting Samhain now.
Okay, all right.
It's like the pre-Samhain.
Just want to make sure.
Yep.
Okay, so you're on your way to practice?
No, it was just my house.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I invited my good friend Lindsay over, and we practice together, and we make music together and stuff. She's the drummer on this album, actually, this first album.
She's not in the band now?
Yeah, right,
Okay.
yeah. But we're still besties. But she has a lot of things going on. She's a rock star. Lindsay Heath Orchestra. Anyway.
Mad props. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, she's amazing. So we were just getting together to do some intention, like spell work, do a little protection spell, do some like, burn rituals. We do like a split, like a hair, like burning away the ties. Anyway, and just a lot of weird things happened this evening, and it was just this past Wednesday. And as soon as we started our magic, we were like bringing the magical potion like back into the studio to steep and all of a sudden, like, we heard this noise, and like my cat came in and like delivered this baby dead rat, but it was like alive. It was this most beautiful creature, though. It was this beautiful little baby rat, and it startled us, and like it was just like all these things happened all at once, and I was kind of like in this state and very affected by it, and I wanted to like save it, and so I just started like, you know, picking it up with a thing, and I was just, the way it was affecting me, it was so beautiful, and I was like staring into its eyes, and I was looking at every crevice, and normally I'm like really freaked out with stuff, but I like brought it over to this tree, and then like I just started singing to it because I just like, it was kind of like gonna die. It had a puncture wound, and then it like died while I was singing to it. Okay, so that's like really spooky. But then,
I just said word.
Yeah. But basically, and then all these other things started happening. We went inside and we screamed, and there was a black widow, like a gigantic, bad, evil, poisonous black widow on our floor. And
what made it evil or bad?
Well, just poisonous, just dangerous. It's a Western male black widow, but it was all happening within a series of like 10 minutes, like one after another. And then it was weird because we were doing protection magic, and then later on that night, the sound gear, and this is the spooky part, but in my studio, weird technology things have been happening recently, like very recently. Just like,
I know how that goes.
But it was like weird because like normally it's just one or two things, but this night, the Samhain night, it was the worst night, but it was like the third night where like one thing after another will like geek out. Like it will be totally fine, and then something will just be playing. I turned off the looper and it was still looping. And then like the other day, it was just like weird noises that I've never heard before with these like micro high tones and low tones. And it's just been really weird because if it happens once or twice, but it's just like so many different things happening at the same time. And then to put the final thing, when I went into the loopers to set the channels, it's like normally on auto and you can click it to free or multi. All of the channels, all of a sudden, this was like after an hour of being tortured by ghosts and like weird things happening.
Right.
It really felt like it. And like Lindsay's mom does visit us sometimes, we feel like, because her mom passed away last year. And so like a lot of times when I'm with Lindsay, my Wi-Fi will go out. And so all of the channels had changed to 13 measures. And they just said 13, 13, 13, 13 in like
Weird.
54 open channels in my 505 mixer.
That is pretty.
And you have to manually change
that
them
is
to do the
unusual.
number. You have to go, and it's a long thing.
Right.
And it had never happened like that before, and it was just after like an hour after killing 2 black widows, a male and a female, and then like the baby mouse. And
Maybe it's because the Black Widows were actually sent to protect you from something worse, and you killed them.
well, no, they're
think that's what it
symbolic
was.
though. Yeah. Well, you have to kill them, but
You don't just assume
Yeah.
a Black Widow is evil just because it's venomous.
no, they're not
I mean,
evil. They're a symbol of creativity and awareness and wisdom. And it's about choices. They said that spiders. Sometimes you forget that life is all about choices, and like Black Widows come to remind you, choose wisely.
Yeah, and I mean, they get rid of mosquitoes, and mosquitoes piss me off. So there you go. And houseflies. Houseflies piss me off.
I should have caught it and given it to you.
I would have still killed it.
Okay. I know. I normally, just to be fair, earlier that day, this is the weird thing, and that same day, earlier that day, I'm horrified of spiders. There was this
I'm not
spider.
horrified of them, but I'd kill
Yeah.
it.
Well, I
I'm just
usually
being a douche.
take them outside. I like to save them because I think they're very like beautiful creatures and they like symbolic.
Well, they are. But
Yeah.
if they're in my house, if it's
Yeah.
outside, it's like, okay, I'm in your house.
Yeah, but I just take
I'm not
them
going to
outside.
kill you unless you're actually fucking with me.
Yeah.
But if you're in my house, it's like, nah, I'm not going to go to all the trouble to
Yeah, I know.
scoop you up in a
I
paper
know, I'm
cup
really
and
weird.
throw you outside when you're the asshole that got yourself into this mess in the first place. I'm flushing your ass down the toilet.
Okay.
So, we got another
Savage.
story.
Yeah.
All
Probably
right.
better than
So
mine.
this happened about I would say 2.5 years ago. It was around Thanksgiving, so it was mid November, and
Of last year?
I
Or-
think about 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and my ex-girlfriend and I were hiking at Diamond Fork Hot Spring, and
Alright.
we started our hike around 2 o'clock, and our plan was just to kind of get up
PM?
there. PM, yes.
Okay.
We just get up there and spend a bit of time, and then quickly walk back before sunset. Well, we ultimately ended up staying a lot longer up there, and we also came really ill prepared. We didn't have flashlights or really any form of illumination. But what was worse though was that it was very snowy, and so the
Have y'all been
trail-
up there?
I have.
So yeah, that trail.
On the way up to the hot pots?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hot spring,
That's the spot.
Right.
But yeah, so the trail was very, very icy, and it was
it's slippy and thin.
pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
So-
and you got slope to your left, and then
yeah,
the rest
and
of the
and
slope
that's-
to your
there's
right.
More coming about that. Yeah.
Right.
So we started to walk back down. It was already totally.
So you're on your way
black.
back.
On our way
it's
back
snowing?
down. Yeah.
Okay.
At what time?
I mean, this was probably like 7 o'clock or like 7:30, but it was totally pitch, black.
Yeah, when it's later. You said this is November?
Yeah, like
So,
late
I
no-
mean, it starts getting dark around
It
like
was
6.
it was totally dark.
Oh, we're fucked.
Word.
Yeah. And so, but again, we didn't have any flashlights or anything like that, and the trail was really slippery, and so we were just trying to inch
pitch black.
our way down in pitch black,
That's so hard.
trying not to fall.
Right.
And okay, and so the first scary thing that happens is this. So I'm walking ahead of her, kind of just scoping out the trail and everything.
Being the brave man.
So what I see is this pair of just glowing green eyes, right? Just like two orb, shining green eyes. I would say about maybe 50, maybe like 20 yards ahead of me,
On the trail?
like on the trail, kind of like to
Facing.
as if in a tree or something, to the But
Okay.
yeah, so see these eyes, and obviously I was very frightened by it, but I also didn't want to scare her, and so I just didn't say anything about it. Yeah.
Wow, she's already just
shaking
freaking the
just thinking
fuck
about it.
out. Have you heard
Yeah.
this story before?
Yes, but I forgot. No, I forgot.
Because you're acting like this is like, oh.
No, it's creeping me
first
out
time
because
you've
I
heard this.
remember when he told me about this, and it's freaking me out because
Okay.
I remember when he came back, and it was just like, that's so.
So I just,
creepy.
All right.
I just keep pressing on, and
So how far do you
eventually-
think you are from the car at this point?
Oh,
Still
we're still
a good fucking
we're still
ways?
far. We're like a mile and a half, 2
Damn.
miles.
All right. All right, keep going.
They
so
were
pretty
so
far.
reckless together. They were just always going.
And so, yeah, so but I don't do anything about it, and eventually it kind of just like disappears, and I just press on, and we're just continuing on. Okay, about I'd say half an hour later, see the same green glowing eyes again, like kind of as if in a tree about 20 yards ahead of me, right? But we're also coming to this point in the trail where there really is a huge, massive slope, and so I see these green glowing eyes, and the next thing that happens is I slip, right? And there's kind of like a fence to guard against falling on the side of the trail. Is that
Right.
I literally slip in such a way that I go under the railing.
Oh,
And
shit.
this is like an 80 foot like drop. Like
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So what I did though is that I
It's like 60
my
feet. but-
instinct kicked in, and I was able to just grab the wooden railing.
like in a movie.
In like a
basically.
really
Yeah,
just-
really.
yeah, fast. And I was
Oh my God.
and I was dangling.
Oh
By
my
one
God.
hand?
I
Oh,
dangling.
fuck
That's
that.
why I repressed this memory.
See,
'cause I was so
this isn't
upset
even
when you-
supernatural, and it's fucking terrifying.
But there is the supernatural because it's the eyes. Like, what is the
Yeah.
eyes?
So
because
it
From the
happened.
falling
he
so,
knows
is-
his
so,
shit, and he wasn't like you weren't tripping or anything.
The fall happened, right after I saw the eyes the second time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, again, I'm dangling
A
there like
demon or
80,
something.
80, I definitely would have, probably died had I, not grabbed that in time. So I pull myself back up and everything, and, just, continue the,
Wow.
the trek down. And, luckily, that we didn't see the eyes again, and, we, made it back to the car.
So,
but it seemed to be, yeah. I mean, I won't say that the eyes, caused me to fall because we were also just ill prepared and everything. But yeah,
freaked you out.
It just felt this, just very dark, just strange energy about it. And then afterwards, when we got back to the car, I looked up if there were any similar stories of anyone hiking Diamond Fork and seeing green glowing eyes.
There is.
There were some reports.
There is.
Oh my God.
I was going to wait until you were done.
Are you seriously? I don't remember. I have no
But
idea.
there is. And
That
that's the
creeps
fucked
me
up
out.
part is when you said Diamond Fork, I'm like, okay, let's hear his story first. But, okay, so I don't have any personal experiences up there. I've only been up there once or twice. And I wish I could remember who it was that told me this story, but I wouldn't tell their name anyways on this recording, so it doesn't matter who it was.
Right.
I heard it from just a friend. We'll say a friend. Arliss. Arliss was up there, and he was coming back by himself, and same thing. The sun had just gone down, and you kind of know how it is, how there's like slope to your right and to your left for most of the way back.
Yeah.
They said that there looked like there was kind of this ridge to your right as it goes uphill. It's all just uphill slope. But up the mountain, they said that it looked like there was a figure following them.
Oh my God.
But the figure, of course you can't see this. I'm gonna kind of try and do they had their legs spread out and their arms spread out, and it looked like they had a tail. The way that the
Jersey
person
Devil.
described this was like a lizard person.
What?
And they said that it fucking followed them all the way back. That sure there was times that they couldn't see anything, and it was mostly a shadow, but it made almost no noise. And this shadow thing moved like a lizard, and it had like a lizard tail. And yeah, they would keep looking back and keep seeing the same shit. And so, I mean, I'm not gonna say that, dude, those green eyes you saw, man.
But he's
those
from
were
out of
lizard
state,
people.
so he didn't know that.
But
I remember you telling me that because I had forgotten all the details because weird stuff happens. But we were new here and stuff, and you know what I mean. And he doesn't watch TV and stuff. You know what I mean. So you wouldn't have heard anybody else tell that story,
right?
And I had never knew that it was a thing. But I was about to ask you actually because I was like, oh, we should ask them if that other people. That's creepy because you're
the fact that I have heard another story
Yeah.
very similar, and this person supposedly saw the creature.
So have you heard about the Jersey Devil?
I have not, but let's get to some music, and then we'll have some more. If we got some more scary stories, I want more scary stories. So, this is Uma Fuzz. Thank you all for being with us tonight. We're going to get into another chunk of songage and a commercial. So, stick around, kiddies. Hey, Durban Kid, why not looking so glum?
Oh, Durban Sling Guy, it's all this great weather we've been having. Isn't it just a beautiful day?
Oh, yes it is, chum. You know what would make this bright and shiny day even more lustrous?
Well, gee, Derpinsley guy. Well, what the heck does that mean?
It means bright and shiny.
I like bright and shiny.
Who doesn't?
Madam Mim?
I told you never to mention that name.
Sorry.
Never mind. It wasn't important.
Wait, what? I still want to know how to make my day bright and shinier.
No, it's not for you. I'll tell you when you're older.
Oh, come on, Derpinsley guy. Why you gotta ruin my day like that?
Oh, all right. Just look over there.
Oh, okay. Hey, get back here, Derpinsley guy.
Never.
Oh, I hate you so hard.
If it doesn't say Derpin, it's not Derpinsley.
Ah, damn it, Derpinsley. That shit's just fucking always a riot. You never know what they're gonna do. All right, so we're getting close to the end of our little journey here, and that being said, I don't know if we're gonna have enough time for more scary experiences from these guys, but Wizard actually just had kind of an unusual happening that he wanted to share real quick before we get out of here.
Yeah, it was pretty bizarre. We'd had some weird goings on happening in the apartment anyway, like stuff just falling off the wall, shit moving around.
This is at your apartment that
At
you're
my
moving
apartment,
out of?
yeah, the one I'm
Salt
in the
Lake?
middle of moving out of in North Salt Lake
Okay.
on Capitol Hill.
What kind of going, like, what are you talking about?
Like stuff leaping off the walls, shit falling over that was like obviously leaned up against the wall, and then like will knock itself over, like doors opening.
Without me being there.
That's
Yeah,
the
without you
historic
being
district.
there, like
That's the historic district.
a lot of it was going on, and so my wife had put a protection spell above our bedroom door and one at the exit to the house, and then within hours of that, or no, it was like the next day, we were sitting in the bedroom and heard glass breaking on the stairs, and went out. Right outside my bedroom door is the top of the stairs where there's a shelf sitting that had a picture on it.
Right.
The picture was still standing, leaning against the wall, but the picture frame and the glass and the backing to the picture were down at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, no, that definitely
It was bizarre.
Wow.
sounds like something
you
that would
both saw
happen only in my presence. I'm not trying to like steal the heat from this fucking story, but yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
it was
tell
really
about that.
bizarre.
But it links up to mine because I was talking about the protection spell.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then, because, yeah, you should tell him about, like, because that could be part of it. Like, yeah.
Yeah, being trapped between the two
Yeah.
protection spells that we'd put up.
Yeah, Pino was just saying that they had done a protection spell on the doors, and then right in between them is right where the picture frame issue happens. So it's like
Trapped
yeah.
it there.
But I forget.
Yeah, you
what
did
those
it wrong.
bullets-
You got him stuck in, not out.
Yeah.
I guess that does kind of make sense, you know? How long had these sort of things been going on?
A couple of weeks,
that frequently?
actually. A couple of weeks, actually.
Would you say a couple weeks? I'm trying to think of something that might have happened. Like maybe how close to it was when your dog died.
Oh, this has been a while ago.
It was before that happened or after?
Oh, long before. This has been a
before.
while, yeah.
We put up the protection spells because our dog was freaking out.
Oh.
So we
Oh,
knew
yeah,
that
yeah, that's
something
the
was
detail.
there because he kept looking in the corner of the room when nobody
Whoa.
was there.
Whoa.
I
And
get
so
Whoa.
that's why we put up the protection spells in the first place. It's because the dog told us that
You
there
never
was-
said that. I mean, that definitely is something
Yeah, I
that
didn't-
adds
I
to.
didn't mention that.
That is a factor for sure.
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
before we go, we got one last song for you. Where's a good place to find your music and any upcoming adventures that you want the folks to know about?
Cool, yeah. So you can follow our musical journey on Instagram or Facebook at Uma Fuzz, UMA space FUZZ. And then also you can find our music on all platforms where music is sold or listened to, like Spotify, Pandora, and YouTube. We have a couple music videos up on YouTube as well, and we're working on one for Sun in My Eyes. We also have our second album, is it 13 tracks? That we're finished recording, and 16, and we're in the editing phases, so that should be coming out soon, like hopefully maybe this year, like before the holiday season. And then we have a show at Hogwallow Pub on October 27th. Yeah, and so
That's
we
the
also
reason
come
that they can't play with us on the 27th. Bastards.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. But
No,
it's going to
it's
be a
cool.
good time. We always really throw down really hard there. And, like, literally, we've had some of our best times at that bar. And, like, when we first went there, we were a little
I've
heavy
never
for them.
been.
But they like it.
That seems like I've always heard good things about the
It's
place.
fun. We should get you playing there.
Yeah, hook
good
it up,
spot. It's a
man.
good
I mean,
music
if you
joint.
got your foot in that door, that's the place up in Park City, right?
Yeah, it's near that way. It's, like, up near the foot of Little Cottonwood Canyon in Cottonwood Heights kind of area.
Word.
Yeah. But please stay in touch with us, and like you can follow my page, Sarah Little Drum. UmaFuzz.com website is expired right now. I gotta renew it. But you can always follow my SarahLittleDrum.com, and I have a little Uma Fuzz link there. And then come out to our shows. We gig around the city all the time. We're gonna be playing at Piper Down and Ice House, and stay tuned.
Words plurally. Thank you all for being with us. This is Uma Fuzz, and have a pleasant tomorrow. Gumption City Radio signing out.
Raining cats and dogs everywhere.
We'd like to thank you for joining us on another Super D Spooker D episode of KWJUDAS Halloween Spectacular. we now turn you back to our regular Gumption City programming.